jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Once again, you tuned in to World Combat Sportsman. You already know. Big salute to the supporters, first responders, the ones who get it in and tune in to the media. Salute to you. Appreciate. One love. And also, if you're in the building, man, hit the like button. You already know. You already know what it is, man. I don't know why you playing. You already know WCS put in that work. You already know, man. And what's understood don't need to be explained. This is Davis versus Romero presser, the final presser review. You know what I'm saying? The review can go with another R reaction, recount, whatever you want to call it. But this is the review. And this fight, it's a sleeper. It's turning into something special. You know what I'm saying? It's turning into something very special. Because I've spoken with several people who's actually given Romero a shot. Now, granted, he started boxing when he was 17 years old. Granted, we just, did a special unveiling of Deontay Wilder, who started boxing at 20 and went through the Olympics, earned a bronze medal, and went on to reign as the WBC heavyweight champion for over 5 years. The difference between Deontay Wilder and Rolly Romero is, of course, the amateur experience. And, you're still learning on the job. To me, Rolly is still learning on the job. The reason why I say that is because the belt that he is parading around, that interim title. First of all, let me go through a little bit. Let me not get ahead of myself. First of all, let me introduce 3 weight world champion Gervonta Tank Davis, 26 victories, 0 defeats, and 24 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? His height is 5'5.5" and 67.5-inch reach. He has a total of 26 professional bouts, right? His KO percentage is 92.31%. Rolando Romero is 14-0, 12 knockouts. His height is 5'8", reach 68 inches. 68 inches. Gervonta Tank Davis reaches 67.5. 67.5 to 68 is not that big of a difference, people. I'm just putting it out there clearly to get clarification from my audience. I'm just putting it out there that the height and reach isn't a significant difference. And also, Rolly Romero's knockout percentage is 87.7%. All right. Of course, we understand that Rolly has less experience in the ring than Gervonta Davis when it comes to the amateur or the professionals. But my curiosity to everyone is, why all of a sudden you all are looking at Rolly Romero like he just didn't receive a gift back in August 2020? Let's take a stroll. Let's take a stroll down that motherfucker, kicking cans and shit in the street. We don't have really nothing to do. We're just kicking cans. Let's take a stroll all the way back to the Mohegan Sun Casino in Connecticut. August 2020. He faced Jackson Mariñez now. He went an entire decision with Jackson Mariñez. And he clearly lost that fight. But Glenn Feldman had it 116-112. Frank Lombardi, 118-110. Don Trella, 115-113. And that was for the WBA, the World Boxing Association interim world title. He was gifted. So they committed a nighttime robbery, mask off, and Rolly has still been holding on to that belt for dear life. He even brought it to the presser. And Jackson Mariñez was 19-0, so that record looks really good for Rolly Romero. But he didn't win that fight in reality. And then he fight Avery Sparrow, January 2021, which was, just pre-pandemic. Sparrow, less experienced than Jackson, 10-2. Romero stops Avery Sparrow in the 7th round out of a 12-round fight. Seventh. That's come on now. Let's be smart. I'm not trying to talk to you as a teacher. Let's think about this. Let's process this. Let's get together and come up with some points. Let's do some deductive reasoning. Let's bring all the evidence into play to come up with what we want for a resolution. Avery Sparrow was stopped in 7 rounds. That's January 2021. July of 2021, he fought Anthony Yigit, 24-1-1. He stopped him in the 7th round. Now, this is what I want to do. I want to touch on Avery Sparrow. His height was 5'7", 72 inches. Sparrow had longer reach. And, the height isn't that much of a difference with the height. But he only had 4 knockouts, y'all. And he stopped the man with that amount of knockouts in the 7th round. He being Rolly Romero. Let's go to Anthony Yigit. 5'8", 66-inch reach. He stopped this guy who has a below a 35% knockout ratio from Sweden. 5'8", 66 inches. He stopped him in the 7th. I bring you to that because you have to kind of put your points out there, your points of references, and kind of guide certain individuals. And I'm not talking down on nobody. I'm just speaking in general. If you follow me, you already know what it is, man. I don't have to sit here and explain myself, right? So I'm putting some point of references out there. So you, the listener, can readjust, reposition your mental thought process when you are up here picking Rolly Romero, who stopped his last 2 opponents in the 7th round. These opponents wasn't nowhere on the level of a Tank. Tank, whether you want to say heavy equipment tactical vehicle or Tank in the ring, heavy equipment operator. Either way it goes, he has ammunition and TNT attached to his arsenal. And that's all I'm trying to tell you. He stopped Sparrow in 7. He stopped Yigit in 7. So you take July, it's just under a year coming up, at this fight right here. Come up on about 10 months, so to speak. About 10 months when he stepped in there with Yigit. So for individuals to somehow, some way be swayed, like I don't know what is going on. I wish I can do some type of consensus when it comes to an evaluation of how certain individuals are leaning heavy towards Roller Romero. Have they not witnessed the carnage? Have y'all not witnessed the carnage that Javante lay down? Have you not witnessed the hunt? Were you eating a hot dog? Were you drinking some yak? Were you up there picking in your nose, talking to your girl? Were you distracted if you attended the fight? Or in the living room, sitting there, and you might have been invested in eating some, good food, I don't know, talking to your kids. Something distracted you. That's all I'm saying. Something distracted you to the point where you have not witnessed the all out hunt take place in front of you. Gervonta Davis is a hunter in there. Yeah, he might have knocked out Yoriorkis Gamboa in the 12th round, but he stayed on the hunt. There was several knockdowns in that fight. He stayed on the hunt. They say Gamboa hurt his feet. He stayed on the hunt. He stayed on the hunt. Period. Leo Santa Cruz. Tatang was losing that fight. He stayed on the hunt and he went out for the kill. He went in for the kill. The kill was successful. Barrios. He's too tall. He's just too tall. With Tank, he may get knocked out in there, going in there against a bigger fighter like Mario Barrios, because this is first time moving up to the division. Mario Barrios is 5'10". Mario Barrios is 71-inch reach. Mario Barrios has 17 knockouts, bro. 17 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? Mario Barrios has 17 knockouts. That's respectful, right? That's respectful. This man is 5'10". And they was up there saying, once again, Gervonta was going to go in there with the bigger fighter. He can't fight this dude on the inside. He's too short. He's going to have to, find a way to make his, his compact fighting style, as far as his reach and all his, features, his stats, all come together on that one night and put in the perfect fight of his life to beat Barrios. Because Barrios, we just can't see it happening. Tank is just too small. And he ended up stopping Mario Barrios, man. In the 11th round. On the fucking hunt, bro. On the hunt. Y'all better put some respect and ammunition on Tank's name. Y'all tripping. Man, y'all are straight up tripping, man, when it comes to this. I'm using old school term. Y'all straight up tripping. How can we be such boxing fanatics? And it goes for me too. So I go for who I go to. They go for who they go for. You know what I'm saying? But with Gervonta Davis, though, Gervonta gives you that sting. He gives you that smell that those of you that's been in operations and we doing live fire operations and shit. That smell of that ammunition being fired out of that, and you smell that smoke, that powder. You know what I'm saying? It has a distinct smell, like something has just taken place. You firing heavy guns, you smell it. It's in your nose. I'm firing off ammunition. Y'all don't get that? Y'all don't get that smell when Gervonta's in the ring? You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't understand that Roller Romero is in trouble? Roller Romero is in trouble, y'all. I think the good part about people switching over to Roller Romero now is that they want to see Gervonta lose. The reason why they want to see Gervonta lose is because he's attached to a guy who they paid to come see lose. They paid to come sit in that seat and watch Floyd Mayweather lose, and he didn't. Now that Gervonta has reached that level that people are tuning in, he's a superstar. He's on the brink of being a superstar, but he is. He's a superstar because you can't ask anybody in boxing that don't know about Javante. They know about Tank Davis, right? So you can't sit up here and act like Floyd Mayweather isn't attached to Javante's travels right now. Every boxing excursion that Javante goes on right now, attached with Floyd Mayweather, is going to bring more and more people to the dance to see if he loses. Because they feel if Javante loses, Floyd loses. They feel like now Floyd can really face defeat. He can really face failure. So people are smiling and grinning and cheesing. You know what I'm saying? They salivating and shit, drooling on themselves. They say, yeah, we got it. We got it. We got Rolly. He's that dude that's super. He don't have it all. He got some boats that scrambled in there. You're right. Something isn't all there with Rolly Romero. And based off his last two opponents, he stopped them in the 7th round, people. What makes you think on this God-given earth that Rolly's going to knock out Javante in 1 round? Who and where? Who can explain this to me, please? Who can explain? Grab a piece of chalk. Let's do some X's and O's. Let's do some physics. Let's do some shit that deals with formula. Let's do some goddamn problem solving. Let's create some shit. If you have took lesser opponents into the 7th round, how do you feel that you're gonna spark someone like Javante Davis, who's been in there with better opposition? You're gonna spark him out in 1 round. Not only that, we have a boxing community where you have individuals just finding it fun. You know, this reminds me of the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury. A lot of people who's, going against Deontay really wasn't going for Fury, but they just wanted to see him lose. This kind of gives me that lemony, that lemon taste. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you want the sweet tea with the lemon, but you really don't want to taste the lemon. It's just look good, for decor. You know what I'm saying? For that decor and shit. You know what I'm saying? You want that lemon on there, and most people, they get it. They don't really fuck with the lemon. But when you hear Rolly Romero and Javante Davis, Rolly Romero knocking out Javante in the 1st round kind of give you the straight lemon, that tart taste. That tart taste where good and goddamn well it's gonna be some fire in that month in the 1st round. It's gonna be some fire because Rolly's that guy. Did I not tell you all that Rolly Romero may employ the same tactic that Teofimo Lopez attempted on George Kambosos? He may employ the same tactic, y'all. He may indeed employ the same overly aggressive, random, reckless abandonment in the 1st round. But the only thing different is that from our understanding, we're getting 2 healthy fighters. And there's a lot of individuals that believe Rolly Romero, based off the mitt work, underscore, based off the mitt work, y'all, they believe that Rolly Romero is popping. They believe his punches has that wasabi on the tip of it. They believe Rolly Romero's punches has that wasabi. Anybody who knows wasabi, all you got to do is just take a toothpick, put it on your motherfucking fingertip, and put that shit on your tongue. You're going to feel different. People are absolutely believing that Rolly has that wasabi. Where did it come from? Where's the origin? Where did this originate? I'm trying to find out from you, the listeners, where in the hell did this this undertaking of Rolly Romero punching power come into existence? Please, somebody provide me a history lesson. Alexander on deck. What's good? What's good with you? What up, WCS? Rolly Trash talking for real. Absolutely. DBMH on deck with it. Salute, WCS. Um, I still say tripping. I'm out of touch for real. I think casuals are swayed by the trash talking confidence that Rolly is displaying also. Andrew Charles on deck. Driving, listening in. Appreciate you. So let's go to um Alexander because I look at what he said, and that can be something that's really pinching people and getting them to perk up a little bit about Rolly Romero's confidence. The temporaries are swayed by the trash talking. Now we all know that trash talking is somewhat an enhancement when it comes to making a fight, right? So when it comes to Rolly Romero, we just seen a presser, an early presser with him and Tank, where he had the chinchilla on, and Tank was out there, and it was just the worst. And then you can tell, like he was talking about, oh man, in T-Rex arms, he's talking about T-Rex arms. He's talking about his dick bigger than Tank's arms and shit like that. But someone sat down with him, whether it was Tiafimo, his boy, or anybody. They sat down with him, and someone was trying to teach him how to trash talk. So this time around for this presser, he did a lot better with the trash talking. He hit some points about what he gathered from the film. They've been film studying, which they supposed to. But Roland Romero say, hey, you was hitting Leo Santa Cruz below the belt. Interesting. He said before you knocked him out, you hit him below the belt. I said that's interesting. You know what I'm saying? That's interesting that he will talk about Leo Santa Cruz fight. Because Leo Santa Cruz is at 130. Why the fuck do you matter? It doesn't matter to you, what he did. But I was impressed that Rolly has been able to speak about things that actually shows him paying attention and trying to look at film study and see some holes in Gervonta's game. That's cool. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too much the one-liners like we seen in the first presser. Rolly was really dropping some boxing shit. And some of it was just like what Gervonta said. What? He started getting goofy again. Rolly started getting goofy. He should have just stuck with what he was watching on film. He had goddamn cataloged that shit. And then he regurgitated the Tank, which I said, okay, that's cool. All right. He's telling Tank what he's seeing in the fight. You was hitting Leo Santa Cruz low. And then he tried to go and say that Isaac Cruz, I think, beat his ass or whatever, right? And then, Tank's like, nope. You on camera said I won that fight. See, that's where he starts slipping up. Because this is not what Rolly does. Rolly isn't the dude to just sit up here and know how to carry on a conversation in front of the camera. He has a bit of anxiety in front of the camera. You can see it. You know what I'm saying? You can see it. But when he stands up, it really leaves him. Like that shit leaves the fuck out of Rolly. He is done. But when he's sitting down, he's chilling, he's in the company of people, he can talk his shit. But you seen when he got up and they faced off again, I want to go over some things. Rolly isn't that much bigger than Tank taller than Tank when it comes to height. He's not that much taller than Tank. His arm reach isn't that longer than Tank. But people are looking at, the way a boxer look in the gym, you know what I'm saying? They still have to step on the scales and balance out at 135. Period. They have to. Rolly's no weight bully. He might, his physique may fill out much better than Tank Davis. Cool. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but they still have to balance out at 135 at the limit. My biggest questions to you, the fight fans, please. Someone please explain to me What is the all of what is the change of plan, the change the change of action, so to speak, that allows you to be influenced off trash talking, that Roller Romero is going to go ahead and do something different to Javante Davis, man. I'm just curious. I'm just want to learn. I want to know what's on your thought process dealing with a fighter like Javante, IQ that absolutely is much more advanced than Roller Romero. How do you want me to conceive that Roller Romero is ready for Tank Davis? I just want to try to conceive that by by someone else knowledge. That's all. That's all I want to do. I just want to see what is bringing you to this, bringing you to the carpet to say this is what I see with Roller Romero. Why so many people are looking at a guy who is popping mitts, mitt popping, popping mitts. You know damn well Rolly is leaning back with some of his shots, dog. Roller Romero may have the popcorn in the microwave when he's doing mitts. You might hear that favorite sound of your pop, 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 and you feel good about that shit. It make you even heat up a bag yourself. But we know goddamn well when it comes down to the physical part of it, only Roller Romero can go in there and fight Tank. But I think where it's gonna fall off for Team Romero is when they have to make changes. Is his coach experienced enough to make those changes and tell Roller Romero what he needs to do? Can Roller Romero make those adjustments with such a fighter like Tank Davis? Because I've seen Tank in sparring. I've seen him in sparring out of fight shape. And I've seen some of the tricks of the trade that Javante has mastered from his amateur career to professional. I've seen him do some things that you just have to say to yourself, "Wow, that's 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 amazing." You know, that shit is well respected. You know how smooth and how he sets it up. You know what I'm saying? We all know that Roller Romero is pretty much look. I'm gonna tell you point blank, Roller Romero, in my opinion, has no other recourse except to go out there and push the pace against Tank early. He can't outbox Tank. He's too slow. He stay on the outside with Tank Davis. Like Shakur Stevenson say, it would be a massacre. It would be a TKO stoppage by the referee first, if not a knockout. Because regardless if he has that coach in his corner, that coach is not going to allow Rolly to damn near lose his life in there with the heavy hitter like Javante. The Javante's power is levels above Roller Romero. I don't know why y'all trying to damn match this shit up, bro. It's no matching. It's no matching, people. Let's be honest with ourselves. Be genuine, goddammit. Come on, don't act like you having damn side effects from your COVID shot. Y'all have to understand, man, this levels IQ. We talking about college. We're talking about someone with a doctorate, that's completed thesis, to Roller Romero's high school knowledge of what's going on. Real talk. I think they're separated in that fashion. I think Rolly, high school wise, he's still learning on the job on how to be a boxer. Tank, he's at an elite level right now that, he can be a professor. He can be someone that actually teach the sport if you gave him, some more years and get out the sport. He knows so much about it collectively. He can go in there and teach it. I don't think Roller Romero can teach boxing because there's a lot of areas of the sport that he's just deficient in. But this fight right here, man, it's gonna be It built up real nicely, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like a campfire. You know how people know they have to set a campfire, man. They toss sticks in there and shit like that. They was tossing sticks over there over and over again, but it wasn't really no fire behind it. Like they say, hey, when we having that bonfire again? Oh, it's gonna be next week. You know, around Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, okay. That's cool. We got enough time. Motherfuckers just walking around, then all of a sudden somebody go in there with some lighter fluid and light that bitch up and get a bonfire going and start talking. You know what I'm saying? They start talking about shit. You know how they do at the bonfire. I just want to know if there's anybody out there that can explain to me how Rolly is getting all this press. Not the press that's on stage, but I'm talking about the YTC. I'm talking about the temporaries of boxing. Do y'all just want to see Javante lose, or y'all just looking at something that you see in Romero that gives you the check in the box as if he's going to come different in this fight? I don't see it. To be honest with you, I don't see it, man. I do not see it at all. You know what I'm saying? This was both eyes open. This is both eyes open. No hand over eye, shit. I don't see this shit. I don't see it at all. I guess in light of boxing, let me make an excuse for boxing. Temporaries, whatever. In light of it all, I guess people are just trying to keep the sport in the light. I guess they just trying to get that energy, keep that energy flowing, because we have some fights that should be popping up on the horizon. That's what I think. I think people are just looking at it like, hey, it's good banter. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes when I go in, I go over the top a little bit when I'm talking about Spence. I go over the top. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk my shit. That might be what we got going on with Rolly. It's just people just putting little types of bits and pieces to it to try to make it seem like it's an interesting topic. Rolly is an interesting topic for the wrong reason. But when it boils down to him stepping in there with that savage and saying he's going to stop the man in one round, your last two opponents went 7 rounds with you. 7 freaking rounds. You're talking about a Tank Davis who's not known for having the Ryan Garcia chin, the itis of Amir Khan, the confetti fabric of an Anthony Joshua. He's not known to be that boxer. I think Rolly trash talking caused Tank to punish him. I'm just happy that Tank is not on that old Tank time. Like that old Tank, you would get the short temper, non-tolerance that he had with Tevin Farmer when they faced off. You know what I'm saying? The old Tank, had a short temper. He ain't got time to be talking about too much of anything. Hey, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? He's like, what you gonna do? But now, he'll crack a smile. He'll goddamn talk his shit. And today, Rolly was talking. He's like, what? He's like, what? What? I think he truly was there. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, Rolly? Like, what are you talking about, dude? Come on, man. Be honest. Like, what are you talking about, Rolly? What the hell are you talking about? And see, that was just Rolly. He was just running out of what he's rehearsed. That's all that was. Rolly had some bullet points that he was going to throw out there the Tank. And then once he exhausted them, his recall memory didn't allow him to come up with something that was impromptu. He may not have the ability to come up with something that's impromptu and then, still make it stick, like the points he made about Tank being in the ring. You know what I'm saying? He need to continue to make those points because it deals with boxing. But he didn't have anything else to go off of. You know what I'm saying? So he had to call him, you know, a bitch or whatever, the same terminology that he go back to, which is not going to work at this point in time because we all know that both fighters, they're not a bitch. They all about the smoke, and it's going down this weekend. And the strange, unique part about this fight is more people are going to tune into it because of the spark that is guiding, the rise in the flames of this week, and also Javante being attached to Mayweather Promotions. They're gonna tune in because a lot of people think the fight is gonna be sabotaged. They think Floyd is gonna do anything, everything allegedly to potentially get Tank to take a loss. Now I'm hearing and reading throughout the YouTube community that Javante may indeed stay with Floyd Mayweather. He may indeed stay. See, that's where you have to say to yourself, well, we know for a fact that they're talking behind the scenes. They're discussing this shit. I mean, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, man. And if Javante is choosing to stay with Floyd, he must have a damn good reason after all this done went down over the past several months. He must have a damn good reason. Because with boxing, this is a system of hocus pocus, man. This is the magic show of sports. Boxing, it's the magic show. Because with other sports, you have individuals like presidents and people that can, eliminate the magic show before it actually hits to the main attraction, to the finishing point. You stop the trick from happening. Period. It's done. Boxing, you can't stop it because there's so many people out here practicing their hocus pocus that when you see it, you're like, damn, another motherfucking trick. God damn, another one. I mean, how serious was Javante in leaving Mayweather? He seemed serious to me, but I don't know if that was just to draw more attention to him and the fight. Boxing is always one of those systems that people will lead you on, God damn it. They will dangle your ass out here by the end of the string, and they will puppetize the shit out of their fans. That's just the way boxing is. It's just too many magicians out here. But this has turned into a very interesting, dance hall come this weekend. Two undefeated fighters is going to go in there to their own rhythm and beat. And let's see who comes out on top. Who can it be? I'm picking Javante Davis. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't find Rolly to be on his level in the ring, competing mentally or physically. I don't find Rolly, whatever he learned in judo and everything, I think it'll work sometime in the clinch. But what's the point of using clinching techniques in boxing if you truly don't know how to box on the inside? Clinching is only going to work if you have been working extensively on your boxing on the inside, your close quarters fighting, your dirty boxing. We haven't seen Romero do anything on the inside really except try to create space and land his power shot. Or just like Javante said, he loves to put elbows up in there. Romero loves to use the doghouse tactics, and he put elbows. Look at the Marinas fight. Look at the Sparrow fight. He loved putting that forearm up there and putting them elbows. I'm sure Javante Davis has an answer. Working with Calvin Ford, shout out to Calvin Ford, Kenny Ellis, shout out to B More, Uptown. You know what I'm saying? Them guys, man, come on. Man, they done seen it. They done seen it, been there, done that. And man, I'm telling you, I don't think they taking Roller Romero lightly. I just know that they're taking him as a fighter that's extremely dilapidated when it comes to boxing skills, when it comes to boxing IQ, and he continued to try to improve himself. I seen him try to, do a little Floyd Mayweather one time. I was like, man, who the fuck is teaching this kid? But when it all comes down to it, you got to give it up. Roller Romero does have that heart where it seems like he understands. When it comes to the violence, Rolly is one of those guys who the first to step out there. I got it. Don't worry about it, guy. I got it. Now, I'm gonna tell you. You might want to step off because before I get really mad, you don't want to see me when I'm mad. David Banner don't have nothing on me. That's Roller Romero. You won't see me. You don't want to see me mad. I believe outside the ring, it'll be a different story. Outside the ring, when it comes to the clinch game and ground tactics, I think Roller Romero might have a different type of outcome if him and Tank was to lock up. But inside the ring with a third man in charge, no. I'm not very good with predicting, putting predictions out there, especially when it comes to two fighters like this with knockout power. I definitely don't see this shit being an Eastside Cruz type of affair where they go into the final bell. I believe that Gervonta may stop Roller Romero, and I'll say 5 or 6 rounds. Because a part of me believes and thinks that Rolly can take a punch. But Rolly's never been in the ring with somebody with the punching power. It's Gervonta, right? I wanna believe that he can take a punch. I don't know how many of Gervonta's punches he can take because Gervonta is not a one-quitter hitter. But I don't see Roller Romero having such a soft, wet, flimsy, pliable, saturated type fabric that his chin is made out of. I don't see him getting going out like that in the first round against Gervonta Davis. I don't see it. But I do believe it may end 5 or 6 via referee stoppage or Roller Romero potentially getting knocked out. What's going on, Z? On deck. Salute to you. Rolly gonna win. Tank lists his last fight. I cannot wait. Tank is overrated, too small. Rolly about to hurt this guy. Well, Rolly, as I said before, when we have people like yourself that comes in, I just want to share something with you because I'm all about sharing, especially mid-year. It's gonna be the holiday season in a little bit. I just want to share some things right quick with you about Rolando Romero. So just help me understand something. Let me bring this up right quick because this is one of those moments where I'm just trying to find out some things. So you see Roller Romero's box rec, 14-0, 12 knockouts, right? When you say he's about to hurt this guy, you say Gervonta is overrated. Why did these guys like Avery Sparrow and Anthony Yidget go 7 rounds? Please explain that to me, please. Elucidate. Just clarify with the understanding for me so I can feel better about talking about this next time I go live. Why did Avery Sparrow and Anthony Yidget go 7 rounds with Rolando Romero, and you believe that somehow, you know what I'm saying? Just like I mentioned, that Gervonta Davis is in trouble. How do you conceive that is relevant? These guys went into the 7th round. What happened to the pain in the first 6 rounds? What happened to all the hurt? Come on, Z. Too small. What was Anthony Yidget and Sparrow? Were they too small? What were they? They went into the seventh round with Rolando Romero. The seventh round. And you think he's gonna go in there and knock out Tank Davis in the first? What's in his gloves? He got that margarito cocktail. What's in his gloves, big dog? Tank doesn't look drained. I've seen Tank come into a weigh-in when he looked drained. I've seen him look miserable against the Gamboa fight when in the Gamboa at the weigh-ins. That's why he pushed him. He wasn't in a good mood. He wasn't in a good mood. But looking at this box rec right here, and I'm hearing people saying Tank is overrated. Okay, all right. He's overrated and stepped up to 140 to face a much taller, bigger fighter, Mario Barrios, who gave him resistance, who was willing to challenge the authority, the boxing authority that Gervonta Davis was giving him, and he ended up stopping him. I was at the fight. I seen it up close. It wasn't no faking to that shit. It wasn't any faking to it, man. Where are y'all talking about overrated? Exposed. What are you talking about? Why did Anthony Yidget and Avery Sparrow go into 7 rounds if Rolando Romero is this killer? Please, CSI on deck. Please, anybody. If you have any evidence to present, allow me. I continue to ask the question about his last 2 opponents. How all of a sudden he has this incredible amount of power that he's going to get knocked out in the first round, knowing damn well that mitt work and the audacity of Rolando Romero to talk about mitt work. He said, only thing you got is mitt work, and your opponents, all your opponents have lost to this, that, and the other. He's pretty much making it seem like that. It's going to be Adrian Broner and Marcus Maidana. This fight is going to be the Argentinian OG, Marcos Maidana, Adrian Broner. Knowing good and damn well, right, that Adrian Broner haven't been knocked out. He's never been knocked out. But if you look at that fight with him and Marcos Maidana, it was one of the better fights that you can watch in welterweight in this era. Like, Adrian, to be in the condition he wasn't, oh man, he came back. He tried to fight, man. He tried to fight. The early rounds, he got his bell rung. It seems like he woke up. He tried to fight up out of that. But one solid point I like what Gervonta said was that you're not Marcus Maidana. And he's absolutely 1000% correct. Rolly Romero isn't Marcus Maidana. He had way better boxing skills than you, Rolly. Way better boxing skills. You can't sit up here and compare yourself to Maidana. How dare you, bro? You can't do no bullshit like that, man. I'm gonna have to put you on a motherfucking forced probationary period, dog, where you have no access to talk freely. Your shit need to be supervised, restricted first, and then supervised once you're able to return. How in the hell did you put yourself in the equation, in the sentence, in the conversation of a Maidana, bro? This is Thursday. When was the last time Gervonta had a problem with weight? Okay, this is Thursday. Did he have a problem with weight at 135? Did he? As you remember, Gamboa, you remember what happened. I was at the weigh-ins. Did he have a problem? And then, if by chance he did have a problem, well, 1 pound, right? Something like that. That's a lot to lose. That's a lot to lose. Like, that's a lot to freaking lose. Did the fight happen? Okay, why are we talking about weight? Like, we didn't see Mikey Garcia looking like Kangaroo Jack, and then he showed up to the fight like a old soggy tater tot, a old soggy tater tot. Let's not act like we didn't see that. So why are we talking about someone who's having weight problems? When has it affected him to the point of him being in a position like David Benavidez losing his title? Like, most of that was left at 130. But if by chance that was a problem, why did he fight at 135? Why did he go to 135 and then go back down to 130? He made weight after moving up in the division. And then he fought again at 135 after fighting at a higher division. So why are you bringing that into the conversation about weight? Man, y'all have to do better. You have to refresh. All right, you have to refresh, update, just like your PC tell you. You know, your iOS has an update. Your operating system. You need an update. Do you want to set a time, or you want to restart now? You want that update and restart now. For you, okay, 40. You need an update now because you're talking about old shit. It don't matter what Maidana was ranked. I'm telling you that Roland Romero is not even in the same breath as Maidana. For him to even mention and use it as an excuse. Just do boxing on deck with it. What's good with it, bro? Salute to you. I think Floyd offered Tank. Let me get Roland Romero, because I don't want his box rec to get too much damn showtime up here. You know what I'm saying? Since nobody came up, nobody wanted to explain how all of a sudden Roland Romero is getting this killer type fanfare of people just believing that he's a one-punch knockout artist. Like, no way, no how. Anyone who takes it serious enough, like we're talking about outside the exaggeration aspect of it, ad-libbing and shit. Everybody knows that IQ to IQ, there's a levitating gap in between Tank Davis and Roland Romero. It's almost like the floating islands on Avatar. For real. Rolly ain't knocking out Tank on the first. He is selling the fight. I can take that, 40. You know what I'm saying? I can take that shit from you right there. You know what I'm saying? I can believe that. I even say that Tank is not a one-punch knockout. But I've seen him fight. I've seen him spar. Tank Davis is an absolute Baltimore savage. The way he goes about his freaking hunt, man, he can fucking box. And his mentality for the kill is just vicious. Yeah, sometimes he takes time off in the ring, but his opponent has to make Tank Davis pay for taking that time off. His opponent, if he has the gas tank in the bags, he has to push through Tank Davis taking the time off to try to punish him, degrade his health a little bit. If Roland Romero can do that to Tank Davis, then we might have a different sequence play out throughout. But once again, I haven't seen, even in the Isaac Cruz fight, just because he was in reverse a little bit, it's boxing, y'all. Were y'all saying that shit about Mikey Garcia and Sergey Lipinets? He had Mikey Garcia boxing off the back foot until Mikey goddamn parried the shot and then called him and knocked him down. I mean, come on, man. The shit happens. People box off the back foot. Y'all not saying that shit about Jermell Charlo? Jermell Charlo was boxing off the back foot like it was cool. And what happened? Broke him down and stopped him. I can't believe I even used Jermell Charlo in the equation, but you know. Black belt Ben in the building. Rolly is only 2 inches at the most taller than Tank. Wasn't Sparrow a late replacement for Rolly? Look, see, once again, we have intelligent human beings on deck. Thank you for your presence. It's always people that's out here in boxing that know a little bit more. I'm just looking at 7th round for both of these guys. Let's say, Sparrow was a last minute replacement. 7 rounds for both of these guys, and they're no Tank Davis. They're no Tank Davis, y'all. Real talk. They're no Tank Davis. 40 said Madonna was ranked amateur. Argentinian OG, man. Shout out to Knockout Boxing 86 TV on deck with it. What's happening with you at World Combat Sports? Hope all is well, my guy. What's good with you, bro? And I don't need to tell everybody, but you know what it is, man. Go check out Knockout Boxing 86 TV. Check them out, sub to the channel. I mean, you probably already know. If you new to the boxing, then, check him out. Tank Davis missed weight one time in his career, and that was 2017 against Francisco Fonseca. His weight problems are highly exaggerated. Hey, there you go. There you go. You have people that's continue to bring up something that's not even pertinent to the current. What we talking about right here, right now. The man is a 3-weight champion, and we still talking about when he lost weight. I mean, when he lost his belt because of his weight. Come on, man. Like, that shit is over. That shit is over, man. Appreciate that info, that knockout. My guy Showtime Shot News. Make sure y'all go check out him. Check out his channel, sub to him, man. Doing great things over there. I never thought I would be saying this, but they brought the circus into town in Brooklyn. Fast forward this weekend, Lord Haney going for undisputed, the real lightweight belts all on the line. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For sure. But you have to take in consideration those of you that's bringing up old shit just for topic of discussion. It's okay if the conversation was different and the fight wasn't so close, but they're fighting this week. They're fighting this weekend. Weight haven't been an issue, nor did you going to get a smile out of Gervonta saying he looked weight drained. That's a bogus ass lie right there. He did not look weight drained. I can tell Rolly dropped weight. You know what I'm saying? I can tell that Rolly dropped weight. And it's tough to talk shit and build up all that internal energy this close to the fight if you're struggling to drop weight. It's tough, bro. That's why you see fighters chewing gum, because they want to keep those salivated glands going, to get some type of salivation, because if not, they're going to have cotton mouth and their shit going to be super dry because they off that liquid. When you put that H2O down and it's all about boom, 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 it's according to who your nutrition is now. It gets tough, bro. What you talking about? Let's be honest, bro. 40, what you talking about? Let's be honest. What you saying? And I'm pretty sure it's cooking over there in Brooklyn for a minute. It's cooking over there. I mean, like, I wish the fight was down here in the A. I hope Gervonta come back and show us some love or whatever. I would like to have this fight down here in the A. It would have been great. But they wanted to go back to the Barclays where, Tank picked up a title. And at the Barclays. So he say that's almost like his second home. He feel like they treat him with respect or whatever. But this fight right here with him and Rolly Romero, man, I think with boxing fans this day and time, it seems like they really want to babysit some fighters. Like, people might look at Rolly Romero a certain way and know that he's not on the level of Gervonta, but they get on here and they just talk and they want to babysit him. They want to rub his feet. They want to tell him all those complimentary, pleasantries and shit. Hand him some sweets and say, what, you're the best. You're the best. You're the best fighter. That's why Rolly Romero is saying this shit. I'm the best fighter in boxing. No one, listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. No one who has a pulse and is able to breathe on their own. And then we're talking about the unborn babies. No one believes Even the unborn babies, man. They might be 6 months into gestation. Even the unborn babies probably kicked the two. What the? Turn the channel. Damn, I was trying to get some sleep. This dude talking about he's the best in boxing. They babies start kicking them in the gut. Like what? What in the hell am I? What? This is child abuse for real. Look. You sit by the TV. You think I don't listen? I listen. I might be inside your stomach. I might be not be fully developed, but God damn it, that dude is a liar. Look, unborn babies be like that. Mother effer is a freaking liar right there. I'm hungry. Can it's time for you to eat, right? Damn, this is child abuse. Let me listen to this guy say he the best boxer. Come on, bro. No one living or about to be birthed believe Rolly when he said he's the best boxer in boxing. Come on, Shouty. You have no idea. That shit not only went over people's head, but it went on the side of their head. You know what I'm saying? It was so far off the mark there, Rolly. I mean, when you trash talking at this point in your career, bro, you got to be better. You can't come up here with something that's so unbelievable that people laugh at it. They're not laughing with you. They're laughing at you, homeboy. You said you was the best boxer. Romero said that he was the hardest hitting boxer in the sport. He said, I am the hardest hitting boxer in the sport. If that is indeed the case, why you wasn't hosting, why you don't host a 90% knockout ratio? You know what I'm saying? Why you not hosting at least a 90% knockout ratio there, Roller Romero? If you're the hardest hitter in boxing, why aren't you hosting a 90 percentile knockout ratio? Why? Why are these fighters, your last two opponents, sitting at round 7 before you was able to stop them? It's not a good look. Real talk. It's not a good look. It's good that you picked up you picked up the green side. But when you say 7, when I look at the number 7 and I don't see them being in the same company as Javante Davis, but yet you're trying to convince the boxing fans and anyone who's standing by listening that you're going to stop Javante in one round. One round, y'all. Oh my God. One round. Rolly going to freeze up under the bright lights. And it's crazy you mentioned that because earlier, right, I said that Roller Romero does better when he's sitting down talking trash. Like if you take him off the camera and let's just say he has to do an interview like he did with Brian Custer or anybody else in the comfort of his own home, he does better in my opinion. Real talk, he does a whole lot better. But when he was sitting down at this presser, he felt cool. He had the arrows, on the bow that he was gonna fire down the tank once he had the opportunity to start talking, which it sounded well at first. I said, okay, Rolly's trying to talk his shit. And it's on boxing. It's on boxing. And then he started talking about how big Javante head was. You know what I'm saying? That's where you go bad at. If you keep it on boxing and you say he was hitting low and he was doing all this other shit, Isaac Cruz beat your ass and this and that and the other. Well, Javante came back after you said he was punchy, You said he was punchy, but he came back immediately and say, you know what, you said on video that I won. I won the fight. And that's when it went all downhill from Rolly. like his verbal sparring, he lost because a lot of shit he was saying just didn't add up. It didn't make any sense at all, and that's what Javante was saying. What? And that shit is gonna, believe me when I tell you, people are gonna make that shit go viral just off the response and tone that Javante was using. For real, it might end up going viral because he kept saying some shit that was stupid, and Javante didn't even have really none. He couldn't come back with anything because it didn't even warrant a reply. It's like, what are you talking about, dude? What are you saying? And then I'm glad that they allowed them to face off. It's a lot of other organization promotions let they fighter face off, and it's a lot more intense than that. I don't know why promoters just don't tell them, say, hey, we're gonna face you off today. You put a hand on the fighter and injure him, and you ain't getting paid. Clear on the left, clear on the right. We all clear. Okay, cool. Let's go to the presser. Why get people to stand in front of the fighter then? Aren't Look, isn't this a fight that's PPV? So you want some type of interaction, like let them engage one another. Let them goddamn, work the encounter. Let it happen. Let it play out. That's what draws in the attraction. Just like Rolly talking shit, he has people actually believing, like, oh shit, Rolly Romero, he got power. He's gonna do something special. This dude gonna go in there and give Tank problems. It's a lot of people saying that shit. Boxing is such a seasonal sport, huh? When it comes to the fans, it's annual. And when you have a sport that goes on annually, and then you have individuals provided the freedom to voice their opinion about a fighter, man, you see the ebbs and flows, don't you? 1 minute it's hot outside. Oh my God, that fighter is a motherfucking truth, dog. Real talk. This fighter, I don't think nobody fucking with them. Hell no. It's just too good. He's just too good. And then the same fighter, they have a mediocre performance. The showing is not adding up to the previous display. I don't know, man. It might be overrated. I don't know. We have to see, because that fighter right there, they should have went and got that fighter probably there. Man, I don't know, man. I might have put too much into it, but it might be hype. I remember they saying that shit about Shakur Stevenson with Toka Conclari and Nakathilia. The way he fought that fight, man, they was criticizing the fuck out of Shakur. And then look at his performance with Jamel Herring, and then especially Oscar Valdez. They say he do the same shit all the time, but if someone is basically remediating the same type of combination set, what is it up to his opponent to do? Disrupt the rhythm, right? Because once Shakur get into a rhythm and you allow him to sustain that rhythm, you have to go stop it. You have to find some way to stop it. You have to switch up your presence, your movement, your pace. That's what greats are made. You got to switch it up to the point where you can start disrupting the comfort zone of Shakur Stevenson and start enforcing your own momentum and pressure on him in the right way. You just can't sit up here and continue to say, oh man, fuck that. He ran the whole time. He didn't want to fight, man. I came here to fight. No. It's boxing. He was boxing you. So when you have fighters who box their opponent, you get people who say, you know what, man, fuck that. They're never gonna get. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. They're never gonna be a superstar in this era today, because it's just not a star attraction. They don't want to fight. We didn't want to come here to see that. He stunk up the place. Let's be honest. Bill, speak on it, Bill. John, what do you have to say about this? He stunk up the place, didn't he? Man, how many people was calling Canelo over Bivol? Once again, in boxing, man, you're able to witness, you know, certain fighters do certain things. But if you don't dissect who they fought, you have to dissect their opponent and who their opponent has fought. You know what I'm saying? And then you have to factor in the results for which, let's just say Canelo, right? Factor in the results that he was able to get against this opponent and that opponent, right? So if we're gonna take an opponent that he fought at 175, Sergey Kovalev, a multi-time world champion, okay, we have to factor in that we know Sergey at one point in time was the truth. All right, he was legitimate, and the way he earned his titles, okay, legit. But then you have to look at what are the discrepancies and the cons that goes along with when Canelo fought Sergey. You know, he was a much older, antiquated fighter. Not so much that he should be retired, but then when it comes down to him leaving the sport or not off that one performance, Sergey takes time off or whatever, he was doing, and then he comes back at the cruiserweight. So we put age as one of the premier factors when Canelo fought Sergey. When he moved up and fought Dmitry Bivol, you have a guy that's in his prime. He's in his 30s. All right. He has less experience than Canelo, of course. But also I look at this, that Canelo is in his prime too. And Bivol is in his prime. And then you can factor in the boxing styles and so forth. It wasn't like Bivol had this incredible mobile boxing style, but we knew Bivol fits in real nice at 175. We knew Canelo had moved up to 175 before and went to 68, and he was back up. So we were seeing Canelo win all this time. Win. We was, like when it came to Bivol, it was a lot that we was uneducated about with Bivol. We always use this same scripture. Bivol, he's stepping up. This is his toughest fight of his career. We looked at his resume. No one on his resume is a Canelo Alvarez. But yet the shaky part about it was people were saying, well, for Canelo Alvarez, he's been up there before, so this should be no different. They wasn't really saying that Canelo's never fought anybody like Dmitry Bivol. But when it came to Bivol, that's what they was implying for Canelo Alvarez. And we all seen that wasn't the case. Bivol went in there and boxed Canelo. And wasn't too many people complaining because he didn't give you such a pause in between the work. You know what I'm saying? So people's like, okay, all right. And then anticipation, they waiting on Canelo to come on. Okay, when Canelo gonna start landing the body shots, how's Bivol gonna react? What we gonna get? It kept going round, and Bivol kept on pouring and putting that mustard on there. Wasabi, please. Yes, wasabi. Can you give me half a cup? Yeah, I understand how hot it is. That's from Bivol. Yeah. In between rounds, hey, can you rub some of that wasabi on the end of the gloves? Yeah, he likes that. Especially when I feed it to him like 8 to 10 punch combo. Yeah, he liked that. Yeah. Yeah, rub that in real good. Yeah, that's good. Bivol was putting that wasabi on Canelo Alvarez, man. That's the biggest upset of the year right now. Biggest upset. Might be in the last 2 years. That's a huge upset, man. The reason being is that, Canelo's been on such a tear, so to speak. He's been on such a win streak that people was looking at him as if, oh, we expect him to do that. So heading into the Bivol fight, they was expecting to give us a Callum Smith type of performance. Callum Smith gave us the height, the reach, and went in there and performed the mannequin challenge. Bivol, he came in there with everything that's going on with his country, and he fought like a soldier, bro. I'm serious. Bivol fought like a soldier. He fought perfectly, sound mind, sound body. He didn't rush it. When he had Canelo on the ropes trying to bait him in for a counter, he just stood there, feinting him a little bit, feinting him, buy his time. And then sometimes he just, okay, let me switch it up a little bit. Let me go in there and dance with him on the ropes. He want to sit his ass on the ropes? Okay, let's go. He switched it up. A very entertaining fight is done. But I can tell you right now, if this fight is on the ropes with Gervonta Davis and Romero, Gervonta is the better boxer on the inside. Uppercut City. Uppercut City. Just like Lionel Richie say, all night long, all night, all night, all night long, all night. Oh yeah. Every time he clinch in the motherfucking, clinch and want to push Gervonta up against the ropes, it's gonna be Uppercut City. Rolly gonna freeze up under the bright lights. I mean, man, how many people were calling Canelo over Bivol? All I mean is all the experts. Yeah, for sure. You're right. Just like they did Lomachenko when he stepped in there with Teofimo. All the experts were saying that Lomachenko was going to take that fight. It wasn't even going to be close. You know what I'm saying? Because Lomachenko was sitting at number second on the P4P. You know what I'm saying? And they were saying the same thing. My fear is Tank struggled to make the weight. That's it. No, bro. Like, come on. That's Knockout just told you, bro. That's one of his favorite fighters. If anything, you know what I'm saying? That's one of his favorite fighters. He rock with heavy. And if you rock with boxing, you should be able to know that the Tank haven't had no issues with missing weight, and to the point where he was penalized or he lost the title because of it. Since that time back in 2017, he's been straight, man. He's been good. You know what I'm saying? He came in here when he fought Gamboa. He had a little issue, but he made weight. The fact that he did miss it, he made it interesting for the people that was there waiting for him an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? He pushed him, and an all-out melee ensued down here in the dirty. hey, Gervonta, if you're listening, man, appreciate that, because it was mad chaos in that. You know what I'm saying? You lifted everybody's spirit. It was like I don't know what the fire code was in there, but obviously for black people, we surpassed the fire code regulations in that building. Man, and everybody was like, God damn, when Tank's showing up, goddamn Mayweather showed up first. People's like, okay, Mayweather here, boom, boom, boom. He talked, does the interview. You got Vander Holyfield on deck. You got Paul Punisher Williams on deck. Man, you got a lot of people on that stage, right? And then Mayweather leaves. I said, hold up. Tank isn't here yet. Why is Mayweather leaving? I noticed that. Probably nobody else did, but I did. I said, why is Mayweather leaving? And Tank ain't showed up yet. Boom, he leaves. Minutes later, Tank show up. He has a towel on his head and he doesn't look good. Like he looks miserable. He looked like he ain't for the nothing. He with the shit right now. Boom, he stepped on the scale. Over. He's like, oh shit. So that hit the airwaves down here in the A. Tank misses weight. Everybody say, oh my God. Who says that? Who said that? Oh my God, like that. Oh, Kevin Hart. Oh my God. Everybody, oh my God. Is the fight gonna be off? You got people who pay for their plane ticket. They really know little about boxing. Oh my God, is the fight off? So they say we're gonna do the face off. Not the fact that Tank has an hour to lose, right? They still do a face-off. Tank squares up against Gamboa, who haven't had shit to say all week. At the press at Gamboa, he didn't say shit, man. Gamboa is Gamboa. Like, he ain't no braggadocious, egotistical type fighter. He barely even said anything all week. And Tank, I guess he was feeling miserable. He said, you know what, motherfucker, I'm going to get something out of you. So when they faced off and Tank pushed him, That's all we needed. That's all we needed, dog. Camp to camp, bro. You had Javante's camp, and you had Gamboa's camp. All out chaos in that motherfucker, dog. All because Javante came late. He knew the crowd was waiting, and he gave him something to talk about. And that was genius, because that hit the airways so hard that people had to tune in to the fight. They say, man, we got to tune in. We got to tune into this shit. He pushed Gamboa, Latino fighter and shit. He pushed. He had a nerve. No, he got to go some cojones tonight. And no, we don't take that. Shit, man, come on, bro. Javante ain't worried about that. Tank gas versus Pitbull. What do you mean by gas? Because like I've seen him take time off in sparring. You know what I'm saying? You know, he gassed. Okay, if you want to talk about his timeouts, he took timeouts during the Gamboa fight. You know what I'm saying? He had to take timeouts in the Gamboa fight. I mean, if he took time, if he was taking time off in the Isak Cruz fight, what happened? Did it go to the scorecards? What was the result again? It's a lot of fights that might take rounds off. It happens all the time. It happens all the time, man. They talk about how Devin Haney, he needs to work on his cardio. And we always look at Devin Haney as having damn good cardio. You know what I'm saying? They always talking about fighters taking time off. All you have to do is pick up some gloves and do some mitt drills. If you can do a straight mitt drill for 60 straight seconds without thinking your heart is on the outside, the exterior part of your skeletal system, then you're good. But if you don't do mitts like that and you got a very seasoned mitt holder and you do mitts for like a good 60 seconds, believe me, you might call in Kaepernick and take a knee. And it won't be for the reasons that he did. Hey, man, y'all been great, man. Hey, appreciate y'all for pulling it up. I'll be back on later. Once again, man, blessings and prayers to the Russell family. Same blessings and prayers, man, to Batman and his family. And congratulations once again to the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. You deserve that statue. I know there's people, not everybody is going to speak of it in good nature, but I myself, it was a privilege to be there. I was honored to be there, really, because, he's one of the greatest heavyweights of this era, which I had the opportunity to cover him several times. But to see a statue of yourself in the heart of your birthplace is amazing. Turn up and tune in the world.